usual amount of chaos. Let's go with that. Yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome all to some Wreckfest racing. We're starting off with some fairly sensible stuff. It's going to get silly as time goes on, as it always does when it comes to Wreckfest here. Now, you are more than welcome to join. This is a public session, if you like, on Xbox. You will need to play on Xbox. Sorry, there is no cross-play with this one. And being a public session, you can join when there are spaces. People will drop in and out as the evening, as the event goes on. So you will just have to be quick, basically. It's the easiest way that we can stream these ones. We'll be doing a mix, as I said, a mix of some more serious racing and some more silly racing, essentially. I don't actually know what I'm going to start with driving. I just loaded in. I mean, this is my normal go-to. You cannot go wrong with the Hammerhead. I'm not very good at this game. The Hammerhead RS is a very good car, so it kind of works. It generally makes me fairly competitive. I don't know why I would be quiet. That is weird. That shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. Everything is set the same way it is normally set. There's no reason why I should be quiet. I don't know. No idea on that one. Peculiar. Pengy, thank you very much for the bits. Saying a big cheer to Alex for updating Guardians of the Motorway, even though it is a Wreckfest stream. Yes, indeed. Guardians of the Motorway has been updated. Well, I mean, you saw the video. You might have seen the video. It came out yesterday on that one, which means it'll probably turn up on a stream at some point. Cora, thank you for the bits. So, yay, Wreckfest. I say Wreckfest is always good fun. It can be a bit frustrating, but it is generally good fun. Drake, thank you for the bits. Saying happy birthday, Brazen. It was always, every day, is Brazen's birthday. We are off. It is racing time, and we will see what might happen here. We've got an alright spot on the grid. It's probably the side of the track I want to be on. Shadow has just gone straight on into the wall and dragged somebody with them. That's not the best start for Shadow and whoever that was who was alongside them. I don't know whether Shadow just didn't realise where the circuit went or quite what happened there. But either way, yeah, Shadow not had a great time. I've just realised I'm on my wrong controller for this, but never mind. I have two controllers that I use. I have a controller for non-racing games, and I have a controller for racing games. And the reason is to do with the triggers, because the controller I'm using currently, I don't really like the triggers all that much on for when it comes to trying to be precise with throttle and brake. I don't know why. It's a Thrustmaster Elite controller that I really like. It's a nice controller. I just can't get on with it with racing games very well. I should probably try and learn and have an old Halo, Xbox One Halo controller that was my main racing one for a very long time. So I have that for Forza. Oh, sorry, Valentine, there is only so much grip I have got in this. I have not played... Oh, God, a little bit of lag. I've not played Wreckfest for quite a while. I've got to try and relearn. This is the thing, like, we go 2 or 3 weeks in between, sometimes even more, in between Wreckfest streams, and I have not played Wreckfest since last time, and even then I was only just about figuring out what I was doing by the end of the stream. So yeah, we got to try and quickly relearn how to drive on Wreckfest, which is not going amazingly well for me. We got a bit wide there. It's not the end of the world running wide through that section. Gibgob is close enough that if they make a mistake, we could be right there. I'm not sure we've got the pace to reel in the... Is it Venom? I don't know. I wanted to call it a Vendetta, but that's the Beam Corvette. There's a lot of fictional cars of, like, the same car, and I get very confused. It is... like, I will call the... Oh, God, the Crown Vic thing in here like a Grand Marshal. I can't remember what the Crown Vic thing is called in this game. We were always going to make a mistake eventually. I mean, we were catching Gibgob ever so slightly and just overdrove that corner, getting a little bit too brave, trying to hunt down. There's only, yeah, the skill. We hit the skill limit right there with this car. That was a good final corner though for me. Gibgob's got around a back marker, no problem. The back marker is in an awkward spot heading into turn 1. Ninetails is going to have a go around the outside. We're out a little bit wide. Valentine is not really close enough to be doing anything here. Will we have a look to the inside? Don't need to. Back marker has missed the break point. We will scythe through here. Oh, bit of understeer through that one. Ninetales, I think, is maybe slightly catching Longbow. Longbow slightly catching the leader this time around. It's very difficult to tell. Yeah, Gibgol has lost a little bit of ground to Longbow. I mean, even if they have a very big fight, I think it's going to be difficult for us to do all too much. Shadow has stopped, and I have asked too much of the Volvo again into turn number 1. It is unfortunate, but yeah, just not quite got as much grip as I think I did. Valentine is going to be right there. We're going to have to try and defend. I mean, we did defend through the next couple of corners. Valentine didn't fancy trying to go around the outside. We have been relatively fast through here, but it's a little janky on the final lap, but I'll take it. Valentine's actually overdriven it anyway. Okay, it's fine. We have a solid enough start. I mean, we weren't actually we weren't too far away from Gibgob's lap time. We weren't a million miles. If I could, it's the consistency. It is the consistency is what I struggle with on Wreckfest. But you know what? It's a 4th place. I will be happy. I will be happy with that one. There are going to be. We sort of Shadow. I don't know what happened with Shadow at the start. I didn't really see. Just kind of ended up going straight on. But yeah, there we go. Keep copying with bits saying first race and a win. What's happened to me? Well, don't say too much because Wreckfest loves karma. Not even karma. Wreckfest just loves to screw you over, pretty much. So yeah, didn't quite have the pace of Longbow in that one, but I also didn't drive very well. Is probably the probably the best way to sum it up in that one. It's just one of those. It was just one of those races. I just didn't. I got to grips with the car for like 1 lap, and the rest of it was fairly bad. Where shall we go? Sure, which one? I don't even know which one this is. Oh, we go to the original. This was the track when this was Next Car Game. This was the one track I think it had to start with. Oh, you had like the test arena, and then you had this track. Shadow was having lag. That would explain what went on at the start. Yeah. I said Shadow's car was acting weird. We had a little bit of jittery lag, but nothing crazy. But yeah, that would make sense. It looked weird, and that is, yeah, not surprising. I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with the Rammer. It was ridiculously good in B class. I don't know if it's been nerfed a little bit, or probably more to the point is I've been nerfed a bit. I'm just not very good. Probably the best way to sum it up. So, yeah, we'll go with the Rammer. It's nice enough to drive. The 3 cars I like to drive in B class are pretty much the Rammer, the Stella, and the Hammerhead RS, with the very occasional throw something different in along the way. Hello, Cass. You are observing. I can see you up there. Cass is looking over his domain and seeing what is going on. He judges all of you. Certainly judges me. He certainly sits in judgment on top of, well, a cabinet thing. Drake, thank you for bits for saying hello to Cass. He's not doing the I must headbutt you for attention thing at the moment. Whether he's going to do that at some point, I don't know. Possibly. But he's just kind of chilling and I don't know what he's looking at. He's watching the door, I guess, trying to see if a kitten's going to turn up, I suspect. Cora, thank you for bits. Saying, hi, Cass. Am I worth? I presume it's like, am I worthy? Is what was going for there. Cass? What, is Cora worthy? She looks at me with a confused expression. I can't show you. I haven't got the webcam plugged in. She's looking at me with a very confused expression. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to communicate, Cass. He's comfy on top of his cabinet. Right. Here we go. It is time for some racing. Ooh. Well, it is a good spot on the grid, except for we have Ninetales alongside us, and we know how fast Ninetales is at this game. So, yeah. Oh, Ninetales has been tipped around. That looked like a bit of a lag shunt, considering Ninetales barely any contact, and Ninetales' car got fired sideways. Oh, oh god, I have got lag as well. What is going on? Oh, this is a bad place to be spun. Yeah, I mean, I was going off anyway, and then as we were going off, we had some strange jittery lag. I think Shadow's got big connection issues going on. What is happening? Shouldn't have any lag. Don't normally suffer on Wreckfest with the lag. But yeah, something's not quite right with the server this evening. I mean, I say with the server, we're on Xbox. Oh, Valentine with a impressive almost crash. Veska's going to smack the wall on the outside, gets away with it. Gets away with a bump rather than a full-on smack. Hello, Ewan. Wasn't sure what way Ewan was going there. And then I decided to crash into the back of Ewan for good luck. Because why not? There's going to be a little bit of leaning. Oh, jeez. I wonder if maybe the big bash bars on my car are giving me grief, like bottoming out. I don't know. It feels very weird through that section. It really, really doesn't like it whatsoever. Valentine's going to have a look to the inside. Won't get the traction off the corner there to be able to do very much. That's actually not a very good line into the final turn, but Ewan has had a much worse time, and Ewan's gone over. Pretty sure Valentine went underneath Ewan there, which is quite an impressive, impressive overtake. That is for sure. Oh, we're going to wander a little bit wide. Yeah. Pressured it too hard through the first corner. Just trying to make up time and just overdriving the car. This section my car really doesn't like. So I think the big bumper bars are maybe giving me. They shouldn't, but it's just unhappy. It's just unhappy with that section. Now, one of the big advantages for it's fine. One of the big advantages for the rammer is when I'm not driving terribly, I'm having a really bad race. Cannot seem to get to grips with this car at the moment, which is odd because I normally like this one. It's normally not a problem, but yeah, really struggling around here with the rammer. I'm thinking I've got it set up wrong. It really feels. Really am struggling with this car here, and normally the rammer's very good on traction. Is where it's really, really strong. Has crazy amounts of traction in the slow stuff. It's not the best handling car in the world, but yeah, you can normally get away with huge amounts of traction, sort of lap time gain. Oh, Gliska's gone over, big time. Yeah, Gliska smacked the inside curb with a big roll. Bigger than Ewan's roll, I think that one there was. Oh, I'm sort of sat up on the outside curb. We are on lap 5 out of 6. We need to, if we're going to get any more places, that corner there is terrible through it. I'm used to being able to attack that corner, but we just can't. I mean, I think I have to turn in a bit later if I want to get through that corner. But yeah, I'm really not enjoying this car, and I'm confused because normally I like the rammer, and I've not changed it. But something is definitely not working. Something is definitely not working for me. It's gone even worse for Drake, who's got stuck in a little concrete wall. One more time around, I will be pleased to get away from this one. Because, yeah, for whatever reason, the car just really struggles in a couple of places. Now, I'm going to hazard a guess, maybe a bit later turn in through here is not going to be a terrible idea. This final lap is better. Ninetales has claimed victory, as is a surprise to no one. We get out of the hairpin this time around a little bit better. The only thing I haven't really had issues with is the final corner, which is something, yeah, really scruffy race from me. Really scruffy. Struggled with, I think, with a bit of car setup, maybe, but yeah, I was just not enjoying that. And lap time, we got down to a 41.6, which wasn't awful. Wasn't going to be up with Ninetales or Longbow. or Fred, to be honest. But the rest, we weren't the least competitive. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, we live and learn. That car at that track does not really work. I wonder if I was running too low or too stiff suspension or something, possibly. Might have to rip the bumpers off and rebuild it, detune the engine a little bit. Jack Skellington, thank you very much for the super chat. We're saying, yay, GTA Chaos. It's not GTA Chaos. We're Wreckfest. Wreckfest Chaos is what we've got. Who will get screwed over, Ewan or someone else today? Ewan, we saw Ewan have a very big crash on his own as well, which is quite funny. Happy Saturday. Hello, Alex and crew. Sending love and fun times your way. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, I hope everyone has been having a good Saturday. I hope everyone is enjoying their Saturdays and ready for some silly antics, because we're going to get them here. Shall we start off with shall we get some silly antics on the go? I feel like that is normally a good way to go here. I do like this track. I do like this circuit for some chaos. 8 laps seems reasonable. Mikhail, thank you very much for the super chat saying, good evening. Any Distracto cats this evening? Well, Cass was here. He is now not. At the moment, no Distracto cats. However, I am sure they will make an appearance at some point. Eve has been fed, so she's a happy cat, but yeah, I suspect they will turn up at some point. For now, things are calm, but they always tend to make an appearance at some point during a stream. Sound of White Noise, thank you very much for the resubscription for the 52nd month. A big rolled car salute hopefully went on to you from chat. So don't forget to update Guardians of the Motorway. Good job with that. I can't wait to see a pre-run on it. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, a pre is probably one of the better cars actually to run through. To run through it. Big cars are what sort of give it problems. Monster trucks are a massive problem. The Dunes were quite funny. The Guardians naturally were quite good. But yeah, it's an interesting track to have a go with. Also, Sound, thank you very much for the bits. So I've been really enjoying my Saturday. I've been loving the Olympics, and shockingly, the breakdance event today was far better than I ever thought it was going to be. I've been really enjoying the Olympics as well, to be fair. I've been watching an awful quite a lot of it. I've been watching while I've been editing and the like. Especially, I was watching the rock climbing this morning. And some of the things the athletes are doing ridiculous. My brain cannot even comprehend what they were doing, how on earth they were doing any of the things they were doing. It was incredible. But yeah, I have watched quite a lot of it this year. A lot more this year than I have for a while actually, and have been very much enjoying it. The whitewater kayaking thing and all of that was also one of my favourites. That looks very good fun. I would like to have a go with it. I wouldn't be able to do it, but I would like to try at least. Yeah, that stuff looked pretty cool. Whoa, hello Volvo. Now we need you. We've got a perfect start. I can't really ask for a much better one here. The Volvo is generally speaking pretty quick. Oh dear, but it's not going to be quick if it does that. The Volvo is pretty quick if I can stop it from oversteering, which is difficult. We're going to try and get up the inside of Gliska here. Gliska passed us cleanly. We are going to try and pass back cleanly. There is a little leaning. I mean, that's probably about as far as we could push it. I would say that was fair. In terms of racing, Gliska is desperate. So what Gliska wants to do, and has now done it, is Gliska wants to get an overlap. Oh, and then immediately binned it. So what Gliska's whole goal was to be able to get across and block the inside, so I couldn't keep myself alongside. And they did it. They got the acceleration. They just got the acceleration. They judged the gap perfectly, and then clonked the concrete. Ninetails is going to have a go, and Ninetails is going to put us round. Unfortunately, I mean, I was already sliding. We're going to end up giving Longbow some assistance. through here. There's a little bit of a gap on the inside for a Volvo. Oh, the bus turned up. I thought we were going to be ahead of it. We get out of that a lot better than most. Longbow will probably be very quick around here, to be honest. The Volvo, I mean, the Volvo is pretty good, but yeah, having been bopped around, I think we're kind of a little bit out of it now. The Volvo is very good on its own. It's not so good in traffic, is pretty much what I've learned from this. Ninetales has chucked that. Ninetales' car is not quite as quick as you might expect, and it's slightly in the way. We will go through. We're back up to second. We got a big bounce the same way Longbow did, which is unusual. There is a backwards-facing Jaguar. Longbow almost has an argument with the toilet. Oh, I have an argument with some dirt, and the dirt wins. Turns out, dirt versus Volvo. The dirt wins. Really don't want to be sliding the car about if I can help it. Longbow is starting to hit traffic now, although we are coming towards the end of the race here. We've only got a couple of laps to go. It would take a miracle for us to be able to win this. I just don't have the grip in my car, really, through this section. I cannot get the power down because the back end just does its own thing. Cora's going to have a look, but you're not going to be able to really make that one work very well because we're always going to be able to fire it on the exit. I knew I had to get past the bus, so we sent it. We did definitely lean on the bus. Oh, Ninetales has been toileted! The toilet has killed Ninetales. The honeypot has taken out the... Oh, they actually stopped for us. Oh, we might lose second. We don't. Didn't know if they were going to stop or not. Oh. Bloody hell. Ninetales desperately unlucky. Desperately unlucky in that one. Fred was going quite quick with Sunrise too. And we got the lap time down a bit. It's really the whole trick with that Volvo is just to stop it oversteering. You've desperately got to stop the oversteer, and I did sometimes, but not enough. It's a second place though. Oh, I've knocked my water bottle off the desk. Hey, Cass. I knocked the water bottle off the desk, and Cass came to say hello. Oh, Dagon is here as well. Dagon has turned up. Hello, Dagon. Dagon is here to chase Cass. Cass has gone into his underbed hidey spot. Oh, Dagon has now pounced on Cass and then got a bat round the face. Yeah, Dagon, Cass is not interested in your shenanigans, and he's also much bigger than you, and much stronger than you. Probably don't want that. Right. Let us go to... can't remember. I think this is actually a track that I like. We're going to go to C-Class. This is the rallycross. I think it's a German rallycross circuit. Honking Chobby, thank you very much for the donation. Saying, love this month's Survive the Hunt. The hunt is as well very cinematic final few moments. Pew pew, have a good one, Alex. Thank you very much for the donation. I'm glad you enjoyed the Survive the Hunt. We were very happy with how that one turned up. Well, I mean, I'm slightly less happy about it because I died right at the bloody end. I died right at the end, and the other thing that annoyed the crap out of me is I died in a stupid way, in that I saw a car that I thought was a traffic car. So, yeah, it was a foolish mistake, but it was good. It was good. I said, video, result-wise, slightly upset, but video-wise, was very happy with how it all turned out. It was very good. It was very fun. It was a really good Taskmaster. With 5M being able to do some different, very cool things was great. Dagon is continuing to annoy Cass. Pengy, thank you for the bits. Saying, oh, Winnie the Pooh, Ninetales' teddy bear taken out by a honeypot. I mean, that was quite a funny death, I'm not going to lie. That was up there amongst some of the more entertaining deaths. It was really unlucky for poor Ninetales there. Drake, thank you for the bits, for saying hi, Dagon. Cora, thank you for the bits, saying hi, Dagon. Do you judge me worthy, Dagon? Oh no, where's Dagon gone? Dagon is currently rolling around on the floor. I'm not sure she's judging anyone. She's not judging. She is in the middle of relaxing? I don't actually know what she's up to. Oh, no. What she's found is the doorstop. And I haven't got one of the twangy doorstops. It's just a solid little... It's a solid, I don't know, like metal bar with a rubber end on. And she's found that, and she's now trying to bat at it. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere on that one. Pengy it's saying Dagon is unhappy. Batting the water bottle off the desk is Dagon's job, not Alex's. To be fair, Dagon isn't much of a bat stuff off the desk, really. Dagon's naughtiest thing is she likes to bat at wires, which is why I've kind of built... I've tried to make it very difficult for her to get to where the wires are for my computer. I've like put cardboard under my desk to block where all the power leads and cables and whatnot go. I don't know why. She's not so far... Like, controller wires doesn't really care about, but the leads all around the computer she really likes to try and go for. And I can't decide whether it's because I tell her not to, and that makes her intrinsically want to. Either way, that's the main thing. She also has a habit of liking to try and bite me when I've got out of the shower, because I guess the shower gel smells interesting, and her way of investigating is to bite. So that is quite cute, to be fair. We're trying to go around the outside of another gremlin here, and we are struggling. Sorry, QB. We didn't want to go in the concrete. There was a little bit of leaning, but it was to make sure we didn't end up in the concrete there. We have got Valetane's going to go and have a look to the inside. I'm happy to try and send this round the outside here. We can fire it in. It's whether we can get the speed on the exit here to get past. We cannot. We are still going to have to settle for fourth for the moment. We are trying to look for a way past. Ninetales has come to join the group here. Ninetales is looking for a pass into the final section. Very difficult to pass. Ewan's made a mistake and going to lose a heap of places. We get off that section very nicely, and it promotes us into second. If I can get this power down well enough, I think we might finally have got the pass done. It was hard work. It was really hard work there, making that stick. But we have got clear of this one. And now, under brakes we go into it's kind of hairpin. The Volvo looks very weird on those wheels, not going to lie, but we are just pulled clear of the other gremlin. That's good news for me. It's can we go chase down the Volvo? The Volvo went very sideways on the way into this section. That is promising, and then I pushed it too hard, getting a massive two-wheel moment, and QB is going to send it to the inside. We're going to get stuck out wide. Gliska's going to get both of us if we aren't careful. We've fought off the green car, but Gliska has turned up. Yeah, we've got more straight line speed, though. I might be able to just fight this one back. Too much aggression from me in the final sort of, I say chicaney bit, but the final twisty section, trying to gain time on the hammerhead. Yeah, it was a gamble, and I feel like I wanted to try and win. I feel like I don't regret going for it, because, you know, you've got to try these things, but yeah, we did just push it a little bit too hard. The Volvo made a little error through that section. Nothing too bad, though. Like, we've gained a little bit of time, I think. Trying to be as smooth as I can. Difficult with Wreckfest cars. Wreckfest cars are notoriously... I find them very fiddly to drive on this game. We have pulled clear of Gliska. We're closer to Fred than Gliska is to us. Fred is really backing it in through here. Probably didn't want to be that sideways. If I had stayed in second, might have been better there. I mean, this is the final lap of the race. Even if we have been quick, we are not going to be close enough, I don't think. Unless Fred makes a big mistake here, which they almost did. I wasn't quite in the right place. We had a good look, but it was not quite close enough. I think we could. I think we could have. There was a half a gap. Oh, did we get fastest lap of the race? We did. We were only car in the 43s. Some 44, a lot of low 44s. Where was Ninetales in the end? Ninetales was in fourth. Admittedly, there was a lot of cars there in traffic, naturally. But... I feel like we could have chucked it to the inside on that final corner. But it would have been very aggressive. It would have been really dicey. We could maybe have done it, but yeah, it's good fun. Good race. Good race. Which is good. Yeah, I like the Gremlin. Lovely car. Lovely car indeed. Local acting weirdo. Thank you very much for the donation. I say, hi Alex, I've been watching and enjoying your videos since the first Survive the Hunt, so keep up the good work. Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm glad you have been enjoying the enjoying the videos for so long. God, I remember trying to make Survive the Hunt work as a game mode. The first Survive the Hunt came out, that came out, was many, many months in the making. It took a long time to even get it working as a game mode. It's a weird one, actually, because I had an idea for a game mode along those lines, and I tried a couple of things, and I never quite got it. So I had an idea for the game mode, for the Survive the Hunt game mode, and we tried it and it didn't work. So it then sat on the back burner for a while, and then tried again, and then it didn't work. And then we found a rule set that kind of worked. I mean, it's been tweaked many times. It has been tweaked a lot of times over the years, and it has finally got to, I think, a good place. The Xbox version is generally more reliable than the 5M one. We're still tweaking the 5M one, but yeah, it's gone through a lot of iterations. A lot of iterations that you won't have seen because they weren't ever recorded. It would have been long deleted because it'd be about 3 computers ago. That even if I had saved the files, it'd be long gone. I also say a little joke for you. What is the bare minimum? 1 bear. I'll see myself out. Yes, you will get a boo for that one, and you are very deserving of your boo. You are very deserving of your boo right there. But I do thank you very much, of course, for the donation. It would be okay asking, will I redo the series Driven to Destruction? I would love to, but it entirely relies on there being a track for it. The only real I've driven to Destruction on a bunch of different tracks. The Baja Rama circuit was probably the best in general. I would say the others have been very good, but it's finding a track. I have tried, and I have spent a good amount of time getting nowhere. I should add, trying to make my own circuit, and I could never get it working. Those that make Beam maps, amazing job, well done. I have tried and I can't. So yeah, it will entirely depend on a circuit. It will entirely depend on a circuit. Endurodrome was great. I mean, they were all great. They were all fantastic circuits. But yeah, it does rely on there being a track that it will work on, and it is a tough order for having a track that destroys cars slowly, basically. I forgot to say, but you've got to take the jump. You've got to take the middle ramp in this one, unless you physically are incapable of, due to traffic-related reasons. You've got to take the jump, although I did forget to say that in the lobby before we started. Hey, car guy, could you... Thank you. I have spotted... Well, they're going to get wrecked. You don't... Yeah, we have a system around here, and you will quickly learn it, because otherwise you are going to get ran over. Give God with a little bit of lag there, but it's fine. We've come out of all of this pretty well. We're up in 4th place. It's going to land quite nicely for me. Not so well... I don't know, maybe a little bit of lag for Give God. They seem to have carried enough momentum anyway. Me and Gliska running dangerously high up on the wall here. Yeah, it's not going to necessarily be able to do much. Got to be careful though. The higher up on the wall you go, the faster you go. But the greater the chance you run of damaging your front wheel, and you lose a wheel, it's game over. So it is a very much a risk versus reward thing. Ninetales has had a bad exit of the jump. Gliska, I think, got fired off. Okay, Gliska's going to be coming head on here, which is why I am not... That line up there is very fast. Up against the wall is the fastest line, but if I see a car going the other way, I'm going to play it safe. Right, there we go. It is nicely done. Ninetales leads the way. We get a big slap wheelie on the landing, and I'm going to hazard a guess. Yeah, I'm going to hazard a guess. You aren't listening to the rules, so we will now go and I was going to go take the line away, but it doesn't really matter. We can come back down here, and we'll still not lose too much time. Yeah, they're not going to take the ramp. What? Well, that's unfortunate. I think it was Turbo in there. I think they got hit by Ninetales and fired up, and then Ninetales. Oh no, I can't make it. So that is one of the legitimate times to not take the jump, because there was nowhere. I mean, I didn't actually gain any time on Ninetales at that point. Like we were not going to make the ramp because it was full of cars, and I can't stop in time because we were at full chat. But I didn't actually. Oh no. Okay, no, it's fine. A little bit of lag. Ninetales is good. I came off the wall there a little bit too much, which is unfortunate for us. I mean, this is the battle for the lead. The leader is not counted anymore, as they are not taking the jump. Oh, Ninetales has slowed down. The leader has been murderized by a van. Oh, me and Ninetales, I think, had exactly the same idea. Like the single brain cell was being shared there, because we were both going to go and pile drive the side. Oh, crap. No. I realised too late. I realised way too late that that car was going to come down in front of us. That was one I possibly should have avoided. I was hoping... Oh, I can't actually... Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was hoping it was going to go over us, and then it was, yeah, too late for me, really. What a shame. I mean, look, it's Hellride. It's what happens at Hellride. That one will do it. We will... Well, trundle around. We've still got 39 life, but it's not a huge amount of life left here. But yeah, it's a shame. I don't actually know which car it was that killed me in that one. But yeah, okay, we're going hunting for the leader. We're out of this. So if the leader is... no, they seem to have gone over the jump. I haven't seen... Well, Fred's now in the lead. I mean, we're out of it at the moment. Like, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do at this stage. Oh, is that the end of Ninetales' car? I think that might... Oh, okay, I don't have proper steering anymore. My car doesn't handle very well. Funnily enough, my car isn't particularly happy about its current situation. Right, we have got going. We have got going again, just about. Everyone has gone over the jump there. Oh, there's a bouncy buggy that has just fallen over. I think that's Core in the buggy. Yeah, the sound is correct. Ninetales might have sacrificed themselves. We don't know. The Ewan was also on on cheat patrol. I think Ewan, were you in the van? I don't actually know. Well, my car is unhappy. Yeah, you can go past. Oh, actually, they're the final lap anyway. Oh god, trying to get on the ramp for me now is very, very alarming. I don't really have much. Yeah, it is. Ewan is in the van. Don't really have much steering. It's very inconsistent. Fred has taken victory here. We are going up onto the banking, and say down the other side. We can't really move up any places. I'm not going over there. Christ. We have missed the jump a few times. Oh, Core is out anyway. But it is completely academic at this point. Yeah, we aren't finishing, but we are in ninth. ninth is as good as we're going to get. Gibgob finishes in 8th ahead of us. Yeah, we are quite a sad little gremlin at the moment. Oh, come on. Come on, sad little gremlin. No! Oh, wait, I think we finished. I mean, I don't know whether we actually crossed the line. Or, I mean, we were down a lap anyway. We got into 49s on a lap early. Ewan with a quick lap in there. Christ. Oh, dear. Cora, thanks for the bit to say, Buggy was not Hellride compliant. It's too top heavy. We did see you have a very big bounce. It was a very funny bounce. Did see you have a very, very big bounce in that one, which is not ideal. Not ideal at all. But yeah, we did make it to the finish line. Gib got both bits to say. I forgot this car likes to front flip when landing the jump. Yeah, that would be a problem. That would be a problem. That would be a problem right there. Drake, thank you for the bits. So yay to my first ever finish on Hellride without being wrecked. I vowed I wouldn't. I vow I maintained. Hey, well done. I mean, it's always good when you can manage to finish a race at Hellride. Always helpful when you can do that one. Petrolhead, thank you very much for the super chat, saying thoughts on 5M style DLC coming soon to console for GTA. I mean, we will see whether it is true. That is the first thing. I mean, there's rumours, but we will see if it is going to be true or not. It would be very cool. However, being an official DLC sort of thing, I would worry the ways Take-Two and everyone are going to try and monetize it. I'm thinking of the Fallout paid mod nonsense. As a theory, awesome. As a theory, fantastic. But because it'll be under it's more Take-Two than Rockstar, but because it'll have their fingerprints all over it, I would be concerned. I would be concerned. We will have to wait and see. I would be surprised if it was true. I know, didn't Rockstar buy like the 5M or whatever? There's a little bit of a possibility. But I think whatever came of it would not be what we would want. That would be my concern. Maybe it'll be amazing, and in that case, fantastic. I'm thinking Mud Runner, the mods on console worked quite well. That sort of stuff. That was just you could go and access mods. That's really good. But yeah, I have a feeling they're gonna make a mess of it. But we can live in hope. We can live in hope that maybe something good will come out of it. But yeah, he's going to be very much a wait and see sort of one. Blanco saying, I'm sure players will be in no way be encouraged to hand over their money. Yeah, there's definitely no chance there's going to be multiple ways of monetizing that. Because, yeah, Take-Two, just do not trust whatsoever. All right, we are off and we are underway. We're going to be stuck. I mean, we're in the middle. You're trying to give space, trying to be respectful. It's going to be chaos at the start of this one. It always is. Oh, there's a big gaggle of cars that have just gone off. We have got... Is it Cardinal? Is that what the Crown Vic is called here? It's going into the tyres. Sorry. No, I was trying desperately to get out of the way of the Crown Vic that was going to get stuck on the indestructible tyres with a little bit of lag. With a little bit of lag, we did actually get past. We did get around all of that somehow. And we have come out the other side. I mean, we've got a little gremlin squad of Valentine, me, and QB here. It's Ninetales versus Car Guy up at the front. I'm going to presume it's Longbow ahead in third. It's normally Longbow with the Nexus, because that's one of the very few cars Longbow's Canada net can drive, basically. Because of the ping, Longbow being in Canada, the majority of us in Europe, it's very difficult with the lag. It isn't Longbow, it is Smallman with that. But yeah, well, we will get past, and that'll move us up into 4th place. The leaders are still battling heavily here. Ninetales has done it. Valentine is going to be a little bit slow mid-corner, but I couldn't duck underneath like I wanted to. We're going to have a look into turn number 1. Oh, it's a bit bumpy down there on the inside. The road is very uneven for having a dive bomb down there. We are on the outside through here. Valentine chucks it very sideways. I struggle with getting the power down a little bit on that wider line. We're still side by side with Valentine. We might get the pass completed. Valentine's going to cut underneath, and we will. That's a very low plane. Don't remember seeing that before. I'm sure it has been there, but yeah, I've not noticed it before. We move up into 3rd place as we come around at the halfway mark. I mean, Ninetales has got this in the bag, barring, you know, any big weirdness. For me, it's a case of can we chase down Car Guy. I mean, it's a 2-second. It's not impossible, but we're probably going to need some mistakes from the car ahead if we're going to do it. I'm not sure on actual... I think the race pace is probably pretty similar to the rocket ahead of us, but pretty similar. He's not going to close down a 2-second gap. Come on, Gremlin. Find some traction. Find some speed if you can through all of this. I want to be aggressive, but you've got to be careful of the curbs. Well, not quite curbs, but you've got to be careful of the dirt banks that will launch your car into a roll. We're too brave on the way into the final corner there. We've gained a little bit of ground. We may catch just in time for the final lap if we can have a good penultimate lap. You know, if we can have a good penultimate lap, we may be able to catch it, but it's going to be a difficult one. We've had a very equal lap with Car Guy here. Very, very similar lap times, I'm going to guess. We're swinging out a little bit wider for the final corner. Car Guy may brush the wall there, does a good job. Loses a bit of time, but yeah, and Car Guy is taking a very sort of shallow line on the way into turn 1, which is not quite as quick. It's good enough, and it would be a very good defensive line. I'm not close enough to be attacking at the moment, though. We are closing in. It's going to come down to the final corner. We're not going to be close enough through here. Car Guy with a little slide. We're sliding around a little bit too. Trying to not get too much oversteer. We have, I mean, as I said, we've caught on the final lap of the race here, but I don't know if we're going to have enough time. It's going to come down to this final turn. Who can get more speed through here? We've given it everything we've got, but it's not quite enough. Car Guy holds on. Just. Good race. Good race. That was a good battle. That was a very good battle indeed. Cora has probably fallen over. And we've got Nitro versus Xeno, and I think Nitro is just going to take it. Can't quite beat Cora to the line. That was a great. It was a great race. We did everything we could. We did everything we could into chasing down Car Guy. I mean, our lap time was within 0.2 of Ninetales, you know? We were flying. Longbow was quick with a Killer B. The Gremlin was fast there. I was on it at the end. Just ran out of laps. Had I not smacked the wall on lap 4, I think it was, maybe we could have done something. Still would have been hard to pass. Like, catching is one thing, passing is a different one. The age-old saying. The age-old saying. Akuthia? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I feel like that's very wrong, but that's the best I can do, so we're going to go with it. Thank you very much for the donation. So, hello, FailRace. Have you heard of our Lord and Saviour 69p? I have. The Cult of 69 I have heard of. I have heard of it before. It has re-emerged and taken over the donation bar once again. It is back. Let's go here, sure. Let's just go random weather. Yes, it's made itself known again, shall we say. Cora, thank you for the bits. Say this from Emmy. Phil Wizard has taken the gold in men's breakdancing. Lombo doesn't need to win for Canada to be happy. I feel like I've missed something, but is that a good? I don't even know if that's a good name. I'm not really sure breakdancing should be at the Olympics. Not gonna lie, but still, I didn't see any of that. Of all the sports, I've watched many of them. That one, not one that I saw. Lucky 1p cat member, thank you very much for the donation, saying, no, but I have heard of the miracle group led by the 1p. The 1p cult has taken over the nation bar again. Meow to take on Cass and Eve as well. They are not in the office. They've wandered off again. I don't know where they've gone. Well, I presume they're downstairs. I presume they're in the cat room. They seem to like to be in there. It's probably cooler than in here, to be honest, even with the aircon running. They probably don't like the noise, maybe, of the... I don't know. But either way, I think they're all in the cat room at the moment. They may come for an adventure at some point. Who knows? Give God thank you for the bits. Saying Wreckfest 2 should have dynamic weather with physics to it to add to the chaos. I mean, that would be great. I would very much like to see that. At the end of the day, look, Wreckfest is a brilliant game. It has its flaws. Don't get me wrong. It has its flaws. But it is a very, very good game. Really, really cool game. And I hope to see it built upon. I hope Wreckfest 2 is not just going to be, here's some different cars and some different tracks. I hope there is new things added into it. Things like dynamic weather would be cool to see. I think maybe for those of you that remember the old flat-out games, maybe the slightly more destructible circuits could be fun to see, with maybe some like alternate routes on some of them. Maybe not all of them. I know Wreckfest is going for a little bit more sort of folk racing style rather than flat-out that was kind of a bit crazy. But I wouldn't mind seeing the return of the destructible circuits, or if you are going to go for the more folk racing stuff, maybe a little bit more I was gonna say more realistic damage. I'm not actually. Midnight makes a really good idea. Yeah, well, maybe not Mud Runner style terrain deformation. I was actually thinking Sega Rally. For those of you that remember the 360 Sega Rally game, that terrain deformation, that would be really cool to see. So that the cars actually would end up digging out a groove, digging out a line, and that line might change as the race goes on. Something like that could be really cool, because that is something you'd think about in dirt racing. You would be thinking about that. I mean, you could also, if you did have weather, you could also have, things like the dirt. I mean, when I have driven some of you might remember, I did do banger racing once for a press event thing, and we drove on shale it was pouring it down with rain on this like shale that became a mud pit. Had it been dry, it'd be a really different story. I mean, a very, very different experience. But the mud pit, it was crazy difficult. You just couldn't go fast at all because it was so slippery. You couldn't turn. But like something like that, so that in wet conditions you would have that. In dry though, you would have a lot more grip, and that kind of thing could be cool to see. We will have to wait. I doubt Wreckfest is going to go down that route. It would be nice if it did, but I'm not really expecting that. But it would be nice to see. Yeah, sort of Sega Rally-esque terrain deformation would be amazing, and it would work on this game very, very well, I think. Once again, we find ourselves with the other gremlin, or a very green gremlin. In fact, I think Longbow is with a gremlin as well. We're going to go side by side through this section. Shadow's got a little bit boxed in through all of this as the gremlins all battle one another. We are to the inside at turn 1. There is tyre bundle in the way that we sort of clatter out of the way. Thankfully, didn't roll our car. This curb here we know can be mean. It was mean. Gremlin's normally pretty good at riding it, which is why I had a go. but probably shouldn't. We're going to duck underneath everybody through here. Very aggressive by me. Oh, Longbow gets clipped. The rest of us make it through. Longbow is the unlucky one. So, I mean, I like this track. It's one of those tracks that I wish there was a layout or a version that didn't have the crossover, because I actually quite like the circuit. But sometimes you want to race it without the crossover. And, yeah, it's kind of a shame. We've had some very good races ruined by an unfortunate timed crossover moment. Gibgob leads the way in this. I'm not sure who is in second. We are to the outside of Drake into the first corner. We're going to just run out of grip. I tried it, couldn't quite do it. It's allowed Shadow to catch back up. Now, this curb we are going to be a little bit more careful of. I could have sworn my Gremlin has been able to hit this curb before. That time, I mean, we hit it that time. We are going to go to the inside into the tight hairpin sort of turnaround bit, which we have got through. We are going to get clear, thankfully, of that. There was a bit of chaos behind us. Valentine is battling away with Car Guy up ahead. I think Gibgob's lost a little bit of time, maybe. They're relatively close together up there. This curb we can attack with the Gremlin. Yeah, they've really slowed each other down, which is good news for me. Valentine has got to the lead of the race. We could join this fight before this race is over. It could become a 4-car battle for the lead, or we might get taken out at the crossover point and not really ever get to partake in the action. So, yeah, there we go. Let's... Oh, no. God, that was a brush on the curb, and that just fired me away. I thought we were going to be safe from that. I mean... yeah, excuse me. I don't know what that manoeuvre was, but I'm going to return the favour in the next braking zone, or what is not going to be a braking zone for me, pretty much. At that point, yeah, it will. There will not be. There will not be much patience from the black and orange Gremlin now. Unfortunately, we were kind of already screwed regardless, as it came to the. As it came out of turn 2, really. I do like that corner. When you get turn 1 right in this, it's great fun. We were a little bit too sideways this time around, which is, yeah, not the best. Right, can we get away? Yeah, we'll get away with that. We'll get away with that one quite easily. Longbow is going to go and fill the gap to the inside. Our Shadow's lost a wheel. Shadow is kind of out. We will regain our 4th. Unfortunately, though, we lost a bit too much time to the vehicles ahead. Oh, I say that. Oh, Car Guy's had to have a reset. Don't know what's happened to Car Guy. That gifts me a podium. Oh, that then almost takes it away. That's a big hit for the Gremlin. Car Guy is right behind us. We are going to have a 1-lap battle with Car Guy for a spot on the podium. Will the Gremlin be able to do it? Valentine leads the way, I think, with a Gremlin. Not completely sure. Longbow and Drake have fallen back. That is absolutely spot on through there. No problems with the curbs. Oh, we have gone a bit too deep now. We'll get away with this. In terms of the exit, we'll go behind those 2 cars. Yeah, if you do run a bit wide through there, as long as you're on your own, you can still get away with an okay exit out of the kind of technical hairpin section. Now, please, car, do not. You have been good over here for the most part. Could have done without that, but I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think Car Guy's going to be close enough. No, they got a load of understeer through the final corner, and there we go. It is across the line. Is a podium. It is not quite as fast as Valentine's lap. I feel like we could have gone quicker lap-wise. Maybe. I definitely think there was a bit more speed in it. I definitely think there was a bit more speed in that from me. But I'll take a podium. Got gifted it a little bit in that. when Cargo made a mistake that promoted me. Had we not slid wide and hit the wall, there is a chance we could maybe have got a win. I don't know. It would have been tough. Valentine was very quick there, to be fair. Right. We will go to a little bit more sillier track up next. I think it is time for a little bit sillier. Sure, we'll go with sillier as a word. I feel like it is. I feel like it's a fitting word. Akuthia. Again, I might be mispronouncing it. Thank you very much for the donation. I say 1 is the loneliest number, though. In our cult, it takes at least 2. I don't know whether I should. I feel like I should be giving you a boo at that point, saying yes. Akuthia or Aku is right. Hey, did I get? I got something correct. That feels wrong. That definitely feels wrong. Pengy David Bits say, I read recently the dueling with pistols used to be in the Olympics. The competitors shot wax bullets at each other. So are we content with having breakdancing in the Olympics? I want dueling back. I want to see dueling back in the Olympics. That sounds like fun. Yeah, that sounds great. I definitely think that should be in. Yes, shoot wax bullets at each other. Definitely not a bad idea at all. Yeah, definitely sounds entertaining. I mean, yeah, dueling with swords is. I watched some of the fencing. Yeah, Olympic. To be fair, I have watched like the. I don't know if there is. I presume there. I've watched like some of the high level paintballing where they have like those big inflatable arenas and they play the rounds in there. That's insane. That is absolutely mad. Those paintball rounds. They're not like the ones you go and do with the whole go in a field and shoot at each other for 10 minutes. Like the actual proper competition ones, really cool. So I'd definitely put that. That would be great fun to watch. That would be great fun to watch indeed. Eve the cat, thank you very much for the donation. So just doing what I do best. Evil me taking the 1p out. Unfortunately, both you and Akuthia managed to both donate, and you've now put it to 70. You have got rid of the cult of 1p, though, I guess. So there is that. You have defeated that for the moment. I sound white noise, thank you for the bits. I say for everyone here, I would recommend watching the breakdancing. Just try. This might be the only Olympics where it's at, if they decide to not have it in LA. Oh yeah, I mean, I would have watched it had I been around today, because it's sort of curiosity, really, in that one. But yeah, I'm sure they're incredibly. If you to get there, I'm sure they are incredibly talented. But yeah, there's so many sports out there, and to get all it. To get to that sort of high level in any of them is remarkable. We are going to... we get tipped around a little bit. We will save it. The hearses leading the way is going to be awkward. Don't really want them there. Longbow is going to be doing that again. Great. At least we saw it in time and were able to dodge it. Although, not sure. The hearses have had an accident. We are going up to the wall, and we will potentially... sneak our way back past again. Well, in fact, actually, there were so many vehicles. There were so many vehicles there that the cars actually beat the battle bus. In fact, the cars have beaten the battle bus. So we have figured out how do you defeat a battle bus? Simple. You put so many vehicles, you crash so many vehicles into it that momentum of cars will win. That's in a very awkward spot, but we negotiate it. Shadow is behind, but of course Shadow is driving a hearse, which is never going to match a gremlin. Downside, of course, for the gremlin is that the gremlin is, not very strong. In a clean race, the gremlin is very fast. In a clean race, the gremlin is going to be very, very quick here. But survivability does matter when it comes to Wreckfest, so Shadow is hoping I get killed, basically, which is certainly not impossible around here. Oh. I honestly think I'm going to start banning Longbow from taking part in Crash. I just want to race around here. Like, it's really frustrating. I mean, I saw that, and I don't... Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, I saw that, and I don't know why Longbow suddenly decided to go the correct way all of a sudden around the around that loop. So we were planning that one. Yeah. Oh well, it's fun. I love it. Oh no, we've got broken steering now anyway. Oh, yeah, the car's wrecked at this point. Yeah, well, I guess Shadow got what they needed. You know, Shadow got what they wanted in this one. You know, the Gremlin was quick. The Gremlin might well get fastest lap of the race. I would assume it might do. Yeah, there we go. Right, we will side up the inside, and we will get past in that. But it's kind of, yeah, kind of don't really care at the moment. I was hoping that was going to kill it. I don't know whether it did. I hope it did. This is what it deserves at that point. But there we go. Right, we will run around. Yeah, the bus is gone, thankfully. Oh dear. That there is a wreck of a car. I don't know how that's wandered into that part of the circuit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm rather unsure at that point as to how that one. I guess he just got hit and gradually shifted across over there. But there we go. Longbow, if you try not to kill me, don't drive a bus the wrong way round the pissing track. It's really simple. It's really simple at this point. You know, driving a bus the wrong way round the track. If you don't want to kill me, don't fucking do it. Jesus Christ. There we go. We are... I mean, yeah, we're... Oh, missed a gear in all of this one. We might be able to sneak our way into a top 10 at this point. There are a couple of dead cars. There's a dead estate car around here. Yeah, that really a better lap. That doesn't feel like that was the best lap. That felt really scruffy at that point. But there we have it. We are going to potentially outrun a hearse, which we should get past it. There we go. That will be a vehicle clear, and we can run the high line all the way around. We won't quite catch Small Man at this point, which is unfortunate. That felt like a good lap at the end. That did feel pretty quick to finish. Yeah, once you get into a groove with the Gremlin, it's very, very fast. It was very, very fast. 33.9. Jeez. Yeah, when you get in a groove with that car, it's really quick. It's really, really quick. Bloody hell. That thing was shifting. Nitro's car was pretty fast, actually, with the hammerhead. Gibgob's TriStar, also not bad. But yeah, we found a groove. We found a groove with that one. So... yeah, that was rapid. I knew that final lap was going to be a good one. It was one of those that you could just feel it. It was you could just feel that lap was going to go well through that stage, which is nice. It's nice when you get that lap. It's nice when you get that lap sort of together, really. Well, there we go. That was that, really. You see, yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, Crash. I say it's Crash Alley, but it's actually a legitimately very, very good track. You can actually have some really good races. I have had some genuinely, amazingly good races around it. It does actually work as a properly good track to go racing around. Which one's the Norfolk Ring? I don't remember what some of these tracks are. I don't know. Well, okay. Big request for Wreckfest 2, can we please see the track that we are picking here? Like, when you're here, because I know some of the circuits. I know what Vale Falls is. But, yeah, I would like to be able to see what track we're picking when we're in the menus. Because it's a bit annoying not being able to... Oh, no, I didn't want the buggy. I wanted the Bulldog. I looked for a vehicle beginning with B. So... I went for a vehicle looking for pattern recognition of BU, and I found buggy instead of Bulldog. Both are good, actually. The buggy's fast. The buggy does fall over a little bit. Bulldog doesn't fall over. Bulldog very grippy, not very stable. Sorry, the Bulldog very grippy, not very fast in a straight line. The buggy, quicker around a lap, prone to falling over, I think, is the best way to sum it up. Although you can probably tune it out of it a little bit. So, yeah, there we go. Cult 1p leader, thank you very much for the donation. Saying no one dislodges the true cult. Evie will be on a timeout, no treats. She doesn't need any treats. She's a chunky cat. She needs to go on a diet. I keep trying to. It's surprising how difficult it is. I think I keep trying to put her on a diet, and she's sneaky. She's a sneaky cat. And what doesn't help me is Cass, when it comes to eating, Cass sort of picks at his food. Like, he will eat a bit, and then he will wander off, and then he'll come back. And the problem is that she will then just go and nick stuff. And if I pick the bowl up after he's finished eating, initially... he then doesn't have very much, and then I feel guilty. So yeah, it's a difficult. I say it's a difficult one. It is a difficult one to figure out. They all go I feed them all together. They're all chill. In fact, they all have a specific bowl and a specific place where they all get fed. I do find this one quite amusing. So they all have a specific bowl and a specific place where they get fed on the landing, right? There's 3 sort of separate corners. They each go to their separate corner, and they know what corner they get fed in. So you put the bowls down, and they all eat in their little section. And if I go for like a minute, let's say I go downstairs to get myself a drink, or I go upstairs, and then need to go back or whatever. If I go back a couple of minutes later, they will have all swapped places. And it's not always like in the same way. Cass will eat from Dagon's, Dagon will be eating from Cass's, Eve will eat from wherever. It's quite funny to see where, and to sort of like watch them sort of go around the the bowls and just sort of rotate. They just rotate, and they don't scrap. They don't squabble over any of it. They just wait until there's a free bowl and then go for it. And it's quite funny to watch. That is probably part of the problem why Eve gets a bit chonky. Is because the other two like to kind of pick at their food a bit more, and Eve is a bit greedy. But yeah, that is the musical cat food bowls is quite a funny game to play in this one. We're going to scythe our way up the inside here, and that will move us into... It will move us into 4th briefly, but Xeno will be a bit too quick. Oh, so I was going to try cut underneath, but they did shrug off a bunch of speed. Oh, Eve is meowing. I don't know what she's meowing at. She's heard something, or wants something, which is quite possible. Knowing her, probably wants some food. Longbow just wants to be an obstacle. Well, would have been nice to know we were doing obstacle course racing and not actually proper racing. But there we go. We have got Skipgold versus Small Man up in front. Now, if they continue to fight each other, then that might help bring me into this one. This is a good track for the Bulldog. It doesn't have long enough straights to really wreck my time around a lap. It's so twisty, this circuit, that the Bulldog is going to be very quick in C-Class. Oh, catch a big slide from the car through there. Gibgob leads with the Tri-Star. Then it's followed by the Nexus. Bulldog, I don't know what Drake's in the Gremlin, I think, through all of this. We again had another very quick lap. Don't hit that curb too hard. We know that curb will give grief to the car. Oh, there has been contact between the two ahead. We've got good acceleration, and we steal a pass in getting past Small Man there. What can I do about the TriStar here? I'm not sure what we can do here about getting past the TriStar. We've got a good exit. We're safe from the Nexus for the moment. We are safe for now. Where is the pass going to come? Into the hairpin, maybe. Depends on where the bus is as to whether we can get past, which we can't get past for the moment. We get a bit of oversteer on the exit. Final corner is the other spot, because we're quite quick. If we're quick through here, we're quick through the penultimate corner here. We are quick. It's going to be a look. There's a gap to the inside. Get the Bulldog through. 8 laps might be a bit more than I meant. I thought I'd put it to 6, but never mind. It's going to be, well, it's even more of a test for the Bulldog here of can it chase, or can it stay out in front here. The Nexus will not be able to have a look through here. Oh, bus is wrecked, so that's fine. That will stay there. It'll be the obstacle on the exit of that corner. It'll just tighten up that corner a little bit. That's fine. Yeah, we're really quick through that section. Oh, come on. There we go. Get on the power. Oh, Longbow timed out, of course. So we can't do obstacle racing on Wreckfest normally, because they've you have to basically complete a lap every so often. Otherwise, you get disqualified or timed out, basically. Which is why we don't have obstacle racing on console anymore, because we can't do it. We can do it on PC. I don't know why it's a feature particularly, or why it's not toggleable, but yeah, there we go. We made a bit of a mess of the final sector, but thankfully Gibgob and Small Man were having a battle, and we were able to use a wide line through there, and we were okay. It is now the final lap of the race. The Bulldog is doing well so far. Gibgob is close, but we're going to send them the long way round here. So yeah, the Bulldog's not so good in the... Well, it's good everywhere. It's slightly weaker in the first sector. If I get it right, it's very fast in the final sector. That's where all of our lap time comes. And yeah, we are now clear of Gibgob. We round the final corner, and we slide the Bulldog slightly out of it. It is victory for the Bulldog. Yeah, it was going to be strong there. That is a very good Bulldog track. That is a very good Bulldog track, and sure enough, we made the most of it. It wasn't the fastest car. Valentine's Gremlin went a little bit quicker. The Nexus also quick. I feel like once we got to the front, I then started driving badly, which often does happen. We get to the lead, and then I'll not forget how to drive, but we get to the lead, and then it is a case of suddenly I'm making little errors, whereas when I'm chasing down cars, I do better. But yeah, Small Man and Gibgob had a very good battle for the lead. I got involved. Yeah, the Bulldog's strong, very strong at that track. It doesn't work everywhere, that Bulldog. It is a very, very hit and miss sort of a car right there. It is a very, very hit and miss sort of car. But when it does work, it's bloody brilliant, which is always nice. Okay, let's go to the death loop. We've not quite got to the bus portion of the stream yet. Don't worry, that's coming. We will race some B-class cars around here. Now, what do we want? I don't think I have... Well, I'm not trying to sell it today. Let's go and have a go with this. It's normally a pretty solid car. I think I need to rebuild my Stella at some point. Because it's a little bit... It's not quite right, but it can be faster. I think it's got too much armour, which might come in handy on the death loop. It might come in handy on the death loop. Although, to be honest, normally it's one-hit KOs a lot of the time around here. So, we have a similar rule to this as we do to Hellride. That being said, So you've got to take the loop, unless you physically can't for whatever reason. You get pushed out of it, or there's an accident and you slow to dodge. However, this one here, in these cars, you are actually quicker taking the loop anyway. There's very little reason not to take the loop unless it's blocked. It's always going to be quicker to go around the loop. So yeah, you are going to want to go around the loop. The Fred, thank you very much for the bits, by the way. So at least you didn't get wrecked clipping Longbow's corpse in front of the pack. Oh, you were in the blue Volvo, weren't you? That would, yeah. It is a shame. It is a shame at that point. We have got a selection of vehicles, lots of super venoms. Well, feels like I say it feels like lots. I think it feels like there's lots because there's just two next to each other. It's not actually that many super venoms. Rammers and all sorts of bits and pieces around through here. I'm the only one driving a Stella. I know Ewan has I don't actually know if Ewan's here. I think Ewan had to go or got disconnected. Not sure. I know Ewan normally runs or has got a fast Stella. I'm pretty sure Lado has a quick one as well. I think Lado has one, but I'm not sure. Well, I say unfortunately, Sequoia. I don't know if you have a Wreckfest on Xbox. We are on Xbox. I don't know. I don't know if you've got an Xbox. Also, you have to wait until there's space. But, I mean, you are always welcome, of course. We are off. We are underway. It's a nice spot on the grid. It might be fourth, but we are on the inside for turn one. So fourth is probably your second best spot on the grid. I will happily take that. Now, Valentine, we know that thing is pretty quick. We have seen the Boomer so far be fairly fast. I can't remember if my Stella's any good around this track. This track's quite a different circuit. Oh, I forgot to shift up. Oh, there's been a very big accident on the loop. I'm not quite sure who has got involved in that, but there has been a huge shunt on the loop. Oh, I had to grab my car, really chuck it across the road there to try and avoid somebody. We survived it. Valentine just slid and hit the wall through turn one, but nothing major. Now, if I can get my gearing right, that might help us get my car in the right gears. Oh, God. No, I'm not quite got there with the Stella at the moment. Uh-oh. Whoa, cars everywhere. Oh, there is some lag as well going on. It's not... Yeah, there is. So I was getting some slightly weird car control going on. It's sort of like delayed inputs. We've got a little bit of lag, which is not ideal. It has been a bit laggier this evening than... than other Wreckfest tyres. I've not really experienced lag myself all too much before. Oh, no. I steered out of that one too soon, trying to set the car up, and it's not quite gone the way I wanted. Now, I'm not sure the Stella's really working around here quite how I was hoping it would. I say that as we run in second. However, we certainly do not have the pace of the leader. The only way we're catching them is if they get involved in a crash or make a mistake. I mean, that was a new personal best lap for us. Oh. And the back end let go on us. Yeah, I'm probably now overdriving, trying to catch the Boomer. Car guy's going to have a look. I might be able to duck underneath for the exit, straighten the car up sooner. Try and get it past. Car guy will sort of stay side by side. We come off the loop. See what it gets. Moves around. This moves around a lot on that loop, which is alarming. I don't quite know why, but yeah, it is alarming. Oh, it like brushed us. The wheels brushed our roof. We got nudged. That is the smallest contact I think you could get. Like, there was definitely contact there. That was about the smallest contact possible. Oh, that time we bounced and got it a bit too oversteery through there. And it's, yeah, not had a good exit dealing with that. Car guy's vehicle wanders even more than mine on there. Oh, yeah, no, we got lag. we got some lag with Car Guy as well that put us both in the wall. No, very weird. Car Guy definitely was moving around a lot on the jump. Oh, sorry, on the loop. But, yeah, that is some weird... Oh, some weirdness. Some weirdness on there, really. You have to be careful. Yeah, Valentine has got this one in the bag. We get it sideways, that's much better. If you're going to get it bouncing and sliding... Oh, Car Guy's had a bad section there. If you're going to get it bouncing and sliding, that's the way I want it to. Jesus, that was close. That was very close. I normally run down the side because you're less likely to get hit by cars going around the loop. But, yeah, that still got very close. Valentine, well done, has taken victory. I had no answer for that. That was just too quick for me. We will cross the line in second. I mean, we had a clean run. I don't think my gearing was right, and I certainly didn't drive it right. Interestingly, our fastest lap was within 0.1 of a second. It looks like Ninetales, funnily enough, would go fastest. Yeah, I mean, we had some pace. We had pace, but inconsistent, I think, is really what got me. And a bit of lag. Inconsistent and a bit of lag, which is not ideal. Yeah, Longbow said I keep falling over on jumps. I think today we've got more lag than usual, and that's probably not helping. It'd be especially bad for Longbow and for Nitro, being on the other side of the world. They are going to have issues, which yeah is a pain. It is a pain. But there we go. Just hear something. I think I can hear a bike revving around outside. I was wondering what on earth that sound. It was like a revvy engine-y sound. I was like, oh, that's not right for this game. That's not right for this game at all. And then realised it was coming from somewhere outside when it's kind of a bit muffled. There was somebody with a very nice Suzuki... Oh, God. I want to say GSX. Is that a bike? I want to say that because I'm pretty sure that's what it said on the side of it. It was yellow. And I think it said that on this. I think it was a Suzuki. I think it said Suzuki on it. Well, it was a Suzuki. And I'm pretty sure it said GSX painted on it. It looked really cool. I don't know anything about bikes. I know zero about bikes. But it looked very cool. It was a sports bike, so GSXR or something like that would make sense. It looks amazing. I hadn't seen it parked around here before. Yeah, it's very, very cool. I would imagine scarily fast, that sort of thing, normally is. But yeah, there's someone, I don't know what bike it is. I don't know whether it would be this GSX. It could be. There is somebody around here that has, I don't know what it is. I've never seen what vehicle it is that makes this noise. But I hear it every so often, so I don't know, probably 200-300 meters away from where maybe a little bit further than that, but not very far away from where I live. You go past some houses, there is a dual carriageway bit, and it's a relatively quiet dual carriageway bit that I say is quite well hidden, and every so often you hear vehicles booting it down there. You hear various cars and bits and pieces. There is somebody, though, who has a bike that... I presume it's a bike. I don't know what else. It would have to be a very high revving car, because it absolutely howls its way down this little bit of dual carriageway. It reminds me a little bit of a sort of Formula One car sound. Like when you're at what it reminds me of is when you're at Goodwood and you're stood in the rally stage and you hear the Formula One cars go past and they're a little bit in the distance, they're a little bit far away, but you have this sort of really high revving howl of a car going past, and that's kind of what this sounds like. I'd love to know what makes this noise. I want to go and see what it is, because you can never plan to go and find it. I would love to go and know what it is that makes this amazing noise. I presume it is a superbike of some sort, because it's the only thing that I could imagine that would rev that high. But yeah, it's very cool. And thankfully they don't do it all hours of the day, every day. Like, it's only every so often. It's only every so often you hear it, and it's never been at a silly time of day. But yeah, that's it is very cool. It is very cool sounding vehicle. whatever it is. One day I will find out what it is. There's a footbridge that goes over. I often walk Apollo over it because there's a nice field. And yeah, I hope I will be able. I will time it right to be on the bridge at some point when it goes past. Because yeah, that could be cool. Could be interesting. Sound White Noise, thank you for the bits. So Alex, can I make a request for a track? A Motor City Trophy Circuit with buses. We haven't done that one for a while. So yeah, you know, we can have a go. Sure, why not? Pengy, thank you for the bits. Say, Alex is hearing the test track being secretly used by Apollo Motorsport. Yes, our Formula 1 team is testing their car on a very small hidden test track. Drake, thank you for the bits. Say, Alex, can we have the high damage for races soon? I'm not sure we're going to quite have time for everything. Sorry, this is a little bit of a shorter stream this evening. I was, a little bit later getting back than I had perhaps initially anticipated. They forgot what layout we were going on. I saw it happening, and which is why I hung back, because I saw cars not realising what way to go. And there's a few poor souls on the outside there who had no choice. They were going, oh dear, we're going this way. Thankfully, there's no one coming towards us. But yeah, there was. Well, that's a lot of oversteer. There was a few unfortunate souls being carted off to the normal layout, not the rally one. We go around the outside of the 3 wide. We are going to be very quick through here, bobbling around a little bit, but we gather it all back up. Now, can we send it? I say to the inside here. No, the boomer pretty much sits where I wanted to go. Funnily enough, Ninetail. Oh, we got the bumper connected to that car. Funnily enough, Ninetails leads. Shadow's in second. I mean, my goal now is to chase down Shadow. The Raiden is a very quick car. I do like the Raiden. I think it got nerfed a little bit in this game. At one point, it was silly OP, but I think it may have been slightly nerfed. We will see if we can chase it down. Not if we do that. Little bit wide for me. We end up in the ditch, although I think pretty sure Shadow ended up in the ditch as well through there. I don't know this track all that well. This is the rally layout. I've driven it a couple of times, but yeah, not a huge amount. We have caught up to Shadow a little bit. I mean, it's always a little bit deceptive. Not that is a very slidey car going on through there. Now, if we're going to pass Shadow, where are we going to make something happen? Or maybe up here. If Shadow clips the wall like that, that is a good opportunity. I'm taking a really wide swing into the corner. Little bit too wide that time, though. We got caught on the bumps on the outside. The bumps just throwing the vehicle around. They just launched the back end about in all of this. We will... Shadow's going to hit the wall. Well, that's one way to defend, I guess. If you hit the wall, you are going to block where I wanted to put my car, because my racing line is going to go, right out to that wall, and I was already committed to that one. We move ourselves into second. I mean, Ninetails is long gone in this one. We are definitely not catching them. I need to stop visiting the ditch. The ditch is bad. Do not go in the ditch with your race car. It's never a good idea. Oh dear. Come on. It's going to kick sideways. The only plus point for that is we will at least get off the corner relatively well. And a bit of a lift through there will do nicely for me. The Volvo's not bad down here. We do run a little bit wide this time around. Shadow has gone. I'm not sure what's happened to Shadow. Shadow's vanished. He's gone down to fourth. I'm going to presume a mistake somewhere. Maybe got to slide out of the hairpin or something. Don't know. Yeah, not entirely sure what went on there. Oh, okay, it's fine. We're out of the final corner. We've got to try and fend off Longbow's Nexus if we can. I mean, we've got a 2 seconds margin. We should be good to... I say to do it, in theory, if I don't make any mistakes, like visiting the ditch. We did... Oh, no. Never mind, I should have visited the ditch. The ditch was safer than that. The ditch was quicker than what we ended up doing in not visiting the ditch. The ditch at least stops me from oversteering. I guess that is a plus point for it. the positives and negatives of ditch. Oh, right, we've only got a few corners to go in the Volvo. Will we be able to hold on to second place? That is the question here. I think we've got good straight line speed that might be helping us down this section, and not running as wide as I might want to. I'm just aware of the bumps out there. No point taking unnecessary risk in some places. Oh, a bit like that. That was maybe a little bit of a funky flight for us. We don't hit the mound of dirt. We're around the final corner. It'll be second. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, we're not matching Ninetales. Jesus. I mean, I don't think I was particularly quick at that circuit. Gibgob and Valentine were faster. I feel like I could have gone faster. I think I could have got a high 1:05 around there, because we kept visiting the bloody ditch. The thing is, I could have maybe got a high 1:05, and I could probably have been competitive with like Longbow and Gibgob and Valentine. That is still a second and a half off what Ninetales was doing in that. That's ridiculous. I mean, we know Ninetales is very fast in this game, built some very fast cars, and the Sunrise Super is generally pretty good. I had a feeling, I don't know why I had a feeling, I thought Ninetales had a world record around this circuit at one point. I don't know if they still do. There you go. Yeah, now, I was gonna say, I thought I recognised, if you ignore the top time that is clearly a glitch, that would probably explain quite a lot. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna. I mean, that was with the Raiden, that we know is astonishingly fast. But that's, yeah. I'm not that good at this game. I don't play Wreckfest enough. I struggle to adapt to it quite a lot. It is time for bus racing. It is time for some bus racing. We haven't done this one for a while. We're going to go 3 laps with the host car. So, yeah, this one is like a trophy truck circuit, but we're all going to be in buses. It's very silly. It's very difficult to, I say, overtake with the buses. You'll see when we get going. You'll see when we get going with this one. Yeah, the buses trying to pass each other is surprisingly difficult. We haven't done this one for a little while. I kind of fell out of favour a little bit with this, in that it does tend to all. I say it can get a bit processional, though we haven't done it for a while, so that's should make things interesting in this one. Pengy, thank you for the bits. So Ninetales, Olympic gold medalist in Wreckfest racing. Ninetales is very fast on this one. I did see Segoya said in chat, it would be interesting to see Segoya versus Ninetales. Although I don't know if Ninetales has it on PC. I don't think Ninetales has ever joined us for any of the PC stuff. But yeah, that would be an interesting showdown to see, because Segoya is very fast as well. That would be an interesting showdown right there. Drake, thank you for the bit. Say the buses should begin with Wrecknado. We can visit Wrecknado with the buses at some point. We will potentially have some time, of course. H2G2, thank you very much for the donation. So I missed the fencing chat because I was cooking. One of the hardest things I ever did was teach a competitive fencer how to do stage fencing. She was brilliant, but they had the habit of stabbing her opponents whenever they didn't guard properly. I don't know. I'm sure that's a thing. I know nothing about fencing, and I don't know what that means. I presume there is some difference. Oh, like stage fencing as in... like performance fencing, I'm going to guess is what you meant by that one. Like as in for a stage show, for a play, for a whatever it might be. I presume is what you meant. I've just figured that out. I didn't know if there's like 2 different types of fencing. Either way, yeah, I can imagine that actually. Because like I could totally understand how like you're so used to a match where you are, you know, if someone's not guarding, you're going to go and go for a point. Yeah, I could totally see how that would happen. That'd be that's quite funny. Yeah, I could definitely see like the logic. I say the logic behind it. Oh, we are going to go side by side with Fred. Ugh. There is some clonking and someone's fallen over. Ugh. It's very busy. It's very busy through here. We've got a little bit stuck on the nose of Smallman's bus. There we go. We do avoid that jump. Now we will go for. No, we'll go for that jump. No problem. We are kind of alongside the purple bus. Well, I apologise to the purple bus in the black one decided to put me in the inside wall and I was having none of it, and unfortunately the purple bus kind of paid the price. I didn't want to get put in the inside wall because we were going to get stuck, so we fought back in the best way that we could, which ended up screwing over the poor purple bus. So I do apologise you were on the receiving end of more of that than you probably should have been. Longbow has made the breakaway up at the front in this one. Now the buses should be fine to go over the curbs here a little bit. Yeah, some of the cars have real issues going over the curbs. The buses don't. Oh, although we're kind of side by side with Car Guy heading towards the final corner here. Can we shove the nose up the inside? We can. We're going to be side by side on the exit. Car Guy may, I would expect, get a better exit here, and he's going to hold on for the moment. We're not going to be able to put that alongside, although Car Guy clipped the wall on the way through. We will... Oh, that's not quite where I want it to be. It's fine. We didn't roll, amazingly. We didn't roll through here. We're still pretty much pushing Car Guy through this section. We've got the overlap. A lot of bus overtakes involve a little bit of prying open a door. We will give Car Guy space. They could have gone alongside. I didn't push them onto the ramp. We did leave space if they'd wanted to. I could have been meaner, but I wasn't going to. Also, the thing is, like with that, if I decided to... Oh, that's too quick. If I, for example, decided to not let Car Guy avoid the ramp, what would be well within their right, and what I would do is if I was in the bus being pushed on the ramp, is fight back. And that just loses both of your time. I'm happy to let the other bus avoid the ramp if it means we don't have to have a needless crash or needless, battling for position. That's in a place I didn't quite expect. Someone is definitely collecting that. I've had a bit of an iffy section through here. There was a wool alert. Thank you very much. So I shall read in a minute. We're racing buses at the moment, and for that we need maximum concentration. It is Longbow that leads the way relatively safely in this one. If someone gets away at the front, you're not catching them because you lose so much time fighting. The battle for second is very much on. I turned in too soon and then had to have a second go at it. It'll work in as far as we get a good exit, or a good enough exit to hold on. We lose a little bit of time overall in the corner, but that wider line, we will at least get an okay exit with the bus. Okay, now through this first section, it is a big jump there. Car Guy was trying to go for the lower ramp. It's fine, made it work. Back of my bus is a little bit of a funny shape, but that's fine, we can live with it. Oh, we've overdriven that corner ever so slightly. Yeah, I'm chucking it in and hoping it grips, and it's not quite. It's not quite gripping in the way that I'm hoping. We've done it a little bit again. Missing all the apexes. Car Guy might... Oh, I don't know. Is Car Guy far enough alongside to make this stick? I mean, there's... Oh, yeah, there's kind of like a wedge you're driving into. We sort of kept Car Guy in a very awkward place there. I'm not sure how the pink bus has ended up down there, but that's quite funny. I wonder if it's crashed and then been pushed forward into that position. I'm not sure. It would be... It's quite an odd place to see a bus stuck in this one. I think we've broken the threat on this final lap. I think we've got it, I say mostly in the bag. I want the lower jump here if we can. Yeah, Car Guy's not had a good end to this lap. Longbow is going to claim victory. We've had a decent final lap, I think. It was a good end to the final lap. Start was a bit iffy. Not sure who Longbow was bullying across the line. It'll be another second place. 42.4. What will be the lap times? It is... there is a 42.4. We beat Fred's lap time. I was looking for Ninetails' lap time. 42.9 from Ninetails. We do get fastest lap of the race. Fantastic. I will take it. We had a bad start to that lap. The end of that lap was really good. Really good. The start of it was not. I needed to figure out what I was doing. I just chucked it in and was hoping for it to grip, and it just never quite gripped. Xeno Freak lost a wheel. That would explain it. Tommy, thank you very much for the generous donation as well. Thank you. So hello, Alex. How's it going? Do you reckon there will be any RimWorld again in the nearby future? Wondering if I can get my revenge on Vanessa for squishing me with that vehicle in the previous series. Good to see some Wreckfest fun though. Have a good one. Yes, there is a very good chance that in the not too distant future we will see RimWorld back on the channel. I am yet to play the Anomaly or Abyss DLC. I can never remember the name of it. I'm yet to play the latest DLC. I want to have a go with it, and naturally is Anomaly. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to go. I will be playing that at some point, and it's probably not going to be in the too distant future. RimWorld is brilliant. It is up there amongst my very favourite games. It is probably up there amongst the games that I would count, some of one of the best games ever made. It is fantastic, and the stories that evolve when you play it is glorious. So yes, I look forward to going back to it and trying Anomaly. It will be modded. It will not be as crazy modded as last time. It will be a little bit. We will remove some of the OP crazy weapons, mostly helicopters and planes and stuff. I think the tanks will stay because they're fun, and they're not actually that powerful in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, that will be happening soon. So yeah, maybe you will get your chance to get revenge on Vanessa. Hopefully, no friendly fire deaths. That would be the dream. The goal is to minimise friendly fire deaths if at all possible. I mean, it's the dream. It's not going to happen. There will be friendly fire deaths. Either running over with vehicles, accidentally shot. That's happened a few times. We've had accidentally shot. We've had accidentally mortared. I think we've had that one before. We've had, I think it was Nareths who had a heart attack. They got into the weed shed. They smoked one joint and had a heart attack and died. And that was in like an hour. Nareth speed ran RimWorld surprisingly quickly, which was very funny. That is still my favourite death of all time. Is Nareth's joined the colony, found the drugs, had a heart attack, and died. And that was it. Fred, thank you for the bits. Saying, can I cheat? We'll be starting at the back. In what way are you... I mean, I'd rather not. I'd rather not have an A-class blast, because it kind of breaks a... it kind of doesn't keep the say relatively close field. I mean, the point of having everyone in the stock buses is it keeps the racing close. They get a sort of a guarantee in this one. There was also the Plague of Yorkies. Just thinking of RimWorld, there was the Plague of Yorkies. And that's what makes RimWorld great, is that I have so many stories. We have so many tales of unusual goings-on in in RimWorld. We have so many stories of things that have happened. The Longbow and Vanessa saga is another fantastic tale. Yeah, Lado's spine, of course. How could I forget the tale of Lado's bionic spine that took like 2 months to try and get Lado walking again? Yeah, that is what makes RimWorld amazing. Honestly, I cannot oversell how good RimWorld is. I mean, you know what? I think we came out of that quite well. We had to go on the brakes, but yeah. In the grand scheme of things, I think we're going to come out of this in second. Yeah, so we actually really did make a good call in that one. I'm not sure. So I have Hellride gearing, basically, for this race, and I don't know if that works for anywhere else other than Hellride, but still. We are now leading the way for the moment. We avoided the first lap shenanigans, and then that is critical. For a good race here, you have got to avoid the first lap shenanigans. Okay, you're a lap down. That's fine. We were running quite high on the banking and sort of swept down onto them. Third gear is... So yeah, I'm used to just leaving it in fourth, but fourth isn't going to work around here. Got to be a little bit careful I don't break my wheel doing this. Uh-oh. There's going to be a gap, hopefully behind them, and there is. Just. Oh. That is close. Car Guy is in second. Now, where are these buses going to be appearing? It's those two that are the real problem for me. Oh, we just made the corner. But it was only just... I didn't think they were going to have lost that much time. I did not think we were going to have lost that much time to be in that place where they're causing us trouble. But I guess they're going to start causing trouble now for the new leader. Car Guy's going to start having issues. Oh, big hit. Don't know who that was. It was Cora, was one of them. We are to the inside. We're going to get past one, and we might... Oh, the leader's gone over. That is Car Guy. It's the same... That poor purple bus. Because it's ended up out of sequence, it's just ended up in the firing line, which has dumped them back. Ninetales has to go to the inside, but cannot make that pass stick. That's why you run high on the wall there sometimes. I mean, Ninetales will be faster than me. We're trying a different line up here. I mean, we're only realistically catching the leader if they crash. Even if we're going quicker, I'm not going to be able to make up 3 seconds in the space of a lap in identical buses. Even with, you know, run the high line as much as I dare, be as aggressive as I can. There is a bus at the crossover that does not hit. We are absolutely revving the crap out of this one, but it will not be enough. Zeno Frank will take victory. We will cross the line in second. We had a good shot at winning that one. We probably could have done, but yeah, we clonked on the crossover. Car Guy then got given it, but then also got hit on the crossover as well. Unfortunate. Well done, Frank, for a victory in that one. Fastest lap would go the way of Ninetales. Me, Ninetales, and Shadow were within 3... Oh, no, not completely. Ignore me, because Longbow was the fastest lap, 27.5. I did not see those were in the 27s. Fair enough. That's a bloody quick lap. So I don't think there was much more. I think my gearing was actually what was costing me there. I think it was the gearing that did me in on that one. A little bit. Not massively, but a little bit. Oh, actually, no, Valentine went even quicker, but DNF'd. I wonder if it's Valentine that we kept hitting. I don't know. I don't know which one it was in the purple bus that unfortunately got involved tangling with the leaders. Ah, dear. Right. It was, as far as Wrecknado with buses go, that was surprisingly not completely terrible. We actually did a fairly good job of being sensible. Cowbell, thank you very much for the donation. Saying the cult of double 69, indeed it is. The double 69 cult is here. Also, Morning Drake. Thank you very much, Cowbell. It's much appreciated. And yes, naturally, we have got the double 69 going on. Paul, thank you for the bits. Saying, and not forgetting me finding my first pain sticks in real. That is true. You did find the first pain sticks in... Not that they got used very much, because by that point, we had helicopters that essentially murdered anything before it even got close to the walls, but I guess you got to chase after some prisoners. That's basically what we used the pain sticks for. Well, we had pain sticks and lightsabers, and, well, the lightsabers tended to cut people's arms off, and by the time we had pain sticks, we sort of obliterated things with helicopters long before they became prisoners. Not much survived that base. Yeah, not much survived that base at all. Right, so, Deathloop with buses. Things to note. Things to note here. As Sound has said as well with the bits. Yes, so, you must complete the loop. You've got to go take the loop unless you are unable to, unless you get pushed to the side. The other thing, now, to complete the loop with the bus is completely doable. However, you need to have got a perfect run. You need to have got a perfect run from the hairpin all the way down to the loop. You need to change down gear when you get, as you're going up the loop. If you do not have a perfect run, and when I say if you do not have a perfect run, if you get nudged a little bit, if you lose even a little bit of speed, don't go for the loop. Because you need to have a clean run from the hairpin to the loop to make it. Otherwise, you will not make the loop. The buses can do it, but it is the absolute limit of what is capable of making the loop. So, yeah, you have got to be... you've got to be careful. You've got to get a good run. And, yeah, we will see what happens. Tommy, thank you very much for the donation. Sorry, the race has just started. I shall read it in a minute, but thank you very much. We are off. We are underway. I am actually fairly happy to be on the inside of this into turn one. It tends to be a little bit safer here. We'll probably go this side. Now, again, maybe should have lowered the gearing for this. I think it'll still work. I have a sneaky suspicion we might not get into the loop on our first attempt. I reckon we're going to get stuck here on the exit. I don't know, actually. This might not be too bad. Everyone is going for it. Oh, someone up ahead stopped. We have made it. A lot haven't. Oh, it almost landed on us. I wish I could save a replay because I'd love to have seen how close that was. I am surprised we made it through because that was a big halt on the loop. I don't know who it was. Someone either forgot to downshift or had an accident while halfway round the loop because someone lost a lot of momentum that backed me up. Thankfully, the loss of momentum came a little bit later and we were able... and we could then, use gravity and get away with that. Oh, we're up the inside here. Okay. Here we go. Accelerating away now towards the loop. They have bailed on it. I mean, it's fine. I would rather people bail on it if they're not sure. The loop is technically quicker, so there is no advantage to avoiding it. Oh, crap. Oh, and I think we did kill the blue bus. Yeah, we survived that. We only lost a little bit of time. But yeah, Oh, it's very messy here. You do want to take the loop if you can at all, because it is a quicker line around the circuit. Not by a huge amount, but it is quicker. So yeah, if you can, we really are wanting to go for it, but you do need a perfect run. It's much slower, funnily enough, if you fall off the loop. Gibgob is on the outside here as we head into the hairpin. Longbow's had a go to the inside. Crazy is leading the way. Gibgob has been flipped. Oh, that is an unfortunate. I changed down too soon. I did that wrong, but we are out the other side. Now there is only one line through the loop, which does make this challenging now. Oh, that has just rolled back. That I knew where the gap. I saw where the gap was as I came across. The exit of the loop, and it moved. I'm gonna guess Crazer hit it. I'm gonna guess they nudged it is they went through and it then just rolled, and I suddenly had to change where I was. The loop is looks still doable. Blue bus has rolled off of it. So the downside here we've got to be a little bit careful with is... Oh, we actually got airborne. So there is now only one line through the loop. And if a bus is coming up as we're going round, it would be able to... It would just go straight into the underside. So that is a dangerous thing. Now... Oh, we're in the wrong gear. We have caught the leader. We have had a better lap. Oh... That was too aggressive through turn 1. We survive it, but I don't want to be doing that. I don't like the bobbling around. Longbow is further back. Not by much. I mean, Longbow is definitely still in this. Could go either way. Certainly if we lose a lot of time fighting the purple bus. We're going to try and cut underneath it here. Oh, there is a little bit of contact there. It's fine. Now, this is where it's going to get dicey. Neither of us are going to want to lift from this. We will go into this side by side. We go down a gear. We've got it. We've got a better run than the purple bus. Purple bus did not have the speed. It fell. It fell off of the loop. They may have mistimed their downshift. The downshift on that loop is critical. They have survived. That is the important bit for them. They have survived it. Normally if you fall off... So they were going just quick enough that the fall didn't kill them. Normally the fall... Often the fall will kill you. So yeah, they did at least survive the fall, but they have now lost out to Longbow and slipped to third. Yeah, that was... It's all about getting the shift right. Now, the thing I've got to be worried about, and I am worried about, is getting collected by one of these lot as we come on the exit of the loop. Downshift to second. I think they're all going to be on the loop. Yeah, they are. So it actually works out perfectly for me because they're all on the loop as we leave, so we are safe. Gibgob is now up to fourth. I think Kaiser has fallen off. I think Kaiser's wrecked, would be my guess, because they're not in fourth. It's a shame, because they led for quite a while. They did a really good job at leading. They had a big gap for a bit. We closed in. We drove a good race, to be honest, in that one. I did exactly what I had to do. Wow, we're the only ones in the 46s. Gee, there's a lot went out at the start. A lot went out at the start. We were flying around there. Yeah, we were absolutely flying. I'll take it. I'll take it. Hellride gearing worked. Hellride gearing absolutely worked. I was wrong to be worrying about it. It was fine. It's probably doing third to second rather than fourth to third on the loop, but that doesn't really matter. You know, it was still a gear. There was a gear that gave me drive, and I didn't fall off the loop. We hit the loop every time as well. We never had to avoid it. We survived. I mean, we could have very easily been wiped out on lap 1. It was Turbo that it landed on me. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I just saw a bus arrowing down, or well, Nitro as it's on the game, Turbo as they are in the Twitch chat. Sorry, but yeah, that was the bus that fell from the sky heading towards me. Oh, silly race that one. Quite high attrition rate, 7 finishers. We have generally had more survivors in Deathloop and the legendary Hellride than we have seen in the past. We're generally getting more survivors as we've just got more used to dealing with this. But yeah, that was quite destructive. It was quite a destructive Deathloop because I think a lot went out on lap 1. That kind of cut it down. Anyway, yes, sorry, Tommy. Thank you very much for the donation. So yay for RimWorld. The whole story and thought behind it is just brilliant. It was you after all who got me into it. I haven't played it for a while now. I agree. It's one of the best games ever. Welcome for the donation. Glad to be a supporter. Love the content. I'm very very glad to hear. I am. Yeah, I'm glad to introduce people to. Did my game not load? Did my game not load Hellride? I'm not sure. I'm gonna just double check just to be safe. I thought it did, but I was looking at Streamlabs, so it might not have done. But there we go. I'll just double check it. Yeah, I'm glad I've introduced people to RimWorld. You know, I like to think I've introduced people to a variety of different games. I know predominantly I focus on racing games. You know, that's my thing. But yeah, I'm glad when I can introduce people to some different games, things like RimWorld, Our Adventuring Guild, all of that sort of stuff. It's cool. It's cool that I get to showcase some of these games, and people find games that they love that they might not have discovered. I mean, RimWorld is of course very well known these days, but yeah, it's always glad to introduce people to some very good games. And yeah, RimWorld, as I said, I mean, there will be streams on it soon, so I don't need to wax lyrical about it while playing Wreckfest. But yeah, RimWorld would, if I made a list of my top 10 games, RimWorld would be in it quite easily. It wouldn't be top, but it would be in it. We will get this underway. Yeah, Hellride. How many are going to finish Hellride is always a fun, curious guessing game. We've had 0 finishers. Admittedly, I think the time we had 0 finishers, I'm pretty sure Ninetales intentionally wrecked just so we had 0 finishers. But 2 or 3 finishers is possible, has happened. We have also had 15. We have got better at Hellride. We have got better at Hellride with buses. We've done this enough. Certainly the regulars. The regulars have figured out how to drive Hellride with buses fairly consistently. The one big risk that you do face is losing the wheel. We'll see what we mean by that soon. Oh, I did forget to say, of course, the other rule for those, hopefully everyone will be listening in time, you must take the ramp here. You are not allowed to avoid the ramp in the middle unless you are physically incapable of getting on it, i.e. there's pushing and shoving or it's stacked with buses. There's a lot of contact at the start, but everyone's been pretty well behaved. Everybody went 2 by 2 over there, nobody fell off. So I would say that's a pretty good time. Longbow is ahead of us. Now, this is where it starts getting interesting. Oh, it's getting very interesting up ahead with some laggy buses. Oh, yeah, I'm backing off. Uh-oh. Oh, we survive. We survived that very well. That's a lot of buses gone early on. There was a little bit of lag that didn't help with that. And that was Nitro got kind of screwed and just couldn't get out of the middle of the pile. We were so lucky. We bounced off Nitro's bus and landed back on the road very neatly. I mean, I was being careful. I was approaching that with a lot of caution. Surprisingly, more buses actually survived that than I thought they were going to. It looks like one's out. I'm not sure who it was. It might well be Nitro. Fred leads the way. I'm not sure who is in second. Could be Valentine. I think it's Shadow in third, or maybe Ninetales. They have similar colour buses. We're trying to chase down Small Man. Oh, the leaders had to bail on the jump. Yeah, I mean, that's a perfect... Well, I don't even think they had an option. I think they got pushed off. Fred's survived, took some damage, but survived. Valentine leads. We have had a much better run through there. Me and Small Man had a good run. We made up a bunch of time. And this is where we've got to be careful about damaging my front left wheel. This is a real problem area. So running on the banking like this is much faster. You will make lap time going up there. The problem is, when you approach it, when you slide up the banking to get there, you run the risk of breaking your front wheel. So every time you hit the banking, if you hit it aggressively, you are going to damage your front wheel. Hit it enough times, the wheel's going to fall off. So you've got to be careful. Now, you can, and often you will, get away with hitting it every lap, as long as... Oh, Shadow was in 2 minds. Oh, dear. I went on the brakes big time there. We're going to get away with it. I saw what was happening in front of me. Again, it was a jump on the brakes moment for me that saved me. That was a really big crash. Shadow was in 2 minds and realised too late they couldn't get on the ramp and bailed, but fell off with only minimal damage. Valentine did not take minimal... Well, Valentine is still in 4th. Honestly, quite good going, because that was not minimal damage. Am I going to be able to get on the ramp? I think so. We do. This is now spread out. So this is when it gets dangerous, because we're spread out here. There is Cora missing a wheel. Yeah, because we're spread out, buses are going to be on the ramp and an awkward point, and that means I'm going to have to think very carefully. Can we get on the ramp? We should be good here. We are clear. We're going to jump before anybody approaches, and that would, yeah, we are clear. I mean, we're pretty good as well at making sure we stick to our side of the road. Like, we're pretty good. Now, that can't always work. That can't always work, especially if it's too wide and, you know, other things are going on. Buses can move about as well if they're bouncing and whatnot. But, yeah, as you can see there, everyone has been pretty well behaved. That was a bit of a clonk. Oh, is there going to be a gap? There is. We will keep our bus on the ramp. Everything is good. That was another fastest lap of the race, I think, going on there from us. We are flying around here. We'll go down to third, I guess, for this. I am worried, though, because we're the first ones here. Everyone behind me isn't getting this traffic on the ramp, which we are hitting at the moment. Oh, that one was a little bit in the centre, but it's fine. We almost land on Valentine. It's a big hit that you do there. I mean, I'm tempted. That was a bit more of a crunch for the front left, but it's okay. It hasn't actually taken much damage. We've been quite smooth getting on the banking here. But I don't know. I probably don't need to push it this hard at the moment. I could probably slow down a bit. And that is against my nature, but we could probably get away with going a little bit slower. Well, I'm very glad that green bus got it wrong. I don't quite know how it got it wrong, but it did get it wrong. And because that would have ended me, but it hit the ring of fire, and it ended itself instead. So thank you. That is much appreciated. Now, we are going to be... We're going to be behind a bus. It is a damaged bus. Oh, dear. Sorry, I wanted to go faster. Oh, no, I think I killed them. Oh, no, I'm really sorry. That was not my intention. The murder was accidental. I presume they had damage. They probably had a broken engine, so they couldn't accelerate the same way we could. Yeah. No, it was the smallest nudge. It was a relatively straight nudge as well. I'm surprised that killed it. We have now got traffic in front of us. It's another three-wheeled bus for us to negotiate. And this is costing me a little bit of time. The good news is all the three-wheeled buses have now got out of the way of the ramp, so that we're not hitting them on the ramp anymore. The bad news is Frank's had a good couple of laps. Hasn't been caught up in this. Oh, we're going to go for a big long jump. Clear nitro, in the gap. Perfect. Oh, you couldn't do it if you tried. Definitely wouldn't want to do that one again. It's the final lap of the race. And I think Frank's had an accident. Lost a bit of time. Not much, but has lost some time. Ninetales is having a quick final lap. Yeah, that was spot on. Oh, Ninetales, you sneaky bugger. I know what you were going for there. Couldn't do it. Didn't go high enough up on the banking. It will be victory for the orange bus. I mean, Pengy was absolutely correct in that I had to make that jump. If I didn't make that jump, we were going to get over. Well, I say that we're going to get overtaken. If I hadn't gone for it, we would have to have followed Nitro over there and been really slow. Frank would have sent it. May have crashed on the landing anyway, but still. Oh, hello. Car guy was in the field for a moment. Cora is still running. There's a lot of three-wheeled buses still. There's a lot of three-wheeled buses still running around. But yeah, there is. We ended up with quite a big margin of victory. Frank pushed us really hard through a lot of that. Ninetales. I think Ninetales may have crashed into someone at the end because Ninetales dropped down to 5th. So I'm gonna guess Ninetales may have hit Frank. Because either way, they plummeted down the order. Shadow ended up 2nd in that. There were 8 finishers. Cora 2 laps down. Krazer a lap down. So those two were running on 3 wheels, I believe. I would imagine Car Guy was the last one running full complement of wheels. Much more destructive. Much more destructive. Much more like it in terms of Hell Ride right there. Oh dear. Turns out buses I excel with. We had so-so performances with the cars, but stick me in the buses and it was brilliant. Well, there we go. That is... It's going to say it's a little bit shorter stream today. That is going to have to be the end for this one. I hope you have enjoyed some Wreckfest here. I hope you've had a good time. There has been some There's been some wacky races. There's been some terrible races. There's been some very exciting races. There's been some good close action. And yeah, the buses were by far and away my best performance. So, weird, but there we have it. Yeah, that'll be it for this evening. Those who donated, those who subscribed, thank you very much. It is always immensely, immensely appreciated. And super chats, of course. Thank you so much. I will be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow evening. Well, fingers crossed, I should be. Back tomorrow evening with some more GTA 5, of course. Guardians of the Motor Wah might make an appearance. I'm sure it's going to get requested a million times. So, yeah. GTA tomorrow evening. We'll be back to the normal time for the GTA stream. That, though, is going to be it from me for this evening. Of course, thank you all very much for watching, for spending your Saturday evening or afternoon, or maybe even Sunday morning, with us here on Wreckfest. Drake, thank you for bits. Like, I'll request it now. Guardians of the Motor tomorrow. You're not going to be the only one, I expect. But yeah, that shall be it from me. Until next time, goodbye.